What's up, everyone? We here, Therapy Without a Degree. I think this is chapter 229. Chapter 229, episode 229 of Therapy Without a Degree. You guys already know Joe Fucarino's in the house, in the studio. To my right, I got Zain. He's in the building today.
What's up, man?
Now you're really in the building.
Now I'm really in the building. I just realized it's only, like 52 weeks.
Yeah.
So we only could really maximize like 52 episodes a year.
Nah, see, Jason got me hyped. Shout out to Jason. So Jason's in the room.
That's what
we got
I realized.
Javi.
I was like, we should have been over 200. And I realized we could only maximize 52 episodes
a year.
No, technically speaking.
We took 6 months off.
Right, so that's half of that.
But even other than that 6 months, we've only stumbled a few times here and there. Like, we've only missed a couple episodes.
But still.
But
the maximum is 52. We miss any, then that's it.
Let me see how many we should have been at. Now I want to do the math. So
if you started in 2016,
November 2016.
And if we kept at it,
so
we actually were really behind.
I'm at it was 2016, right? So
52 times.
Hold on. Just tell me about your day, Zain. Talk.
My day was pretty eventful. I had to go pick up backdrops for a photo shoot. And then my allergies whooped my ass. And then I actually slept with Vic, so that actually helped. Then when I got home, I had someone hit me up to do a photo shoot. So I did a photo shoot. Real quick. It was like a little video photo shoot. And then that was it. And then I went home. I had got my food delivered before I even got home, so I was chilling with that. And then I forgot I had a meeting to talk with, the thing that I told you earlier.
Yeah.
So
they're about to get it.
Yeah, they're about to get it. So then after that, then I had to take care of Ace, and now I came here.
So look, we're not that off. If 284 episodes is what we're supposed to be at. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's pretty good.
It says 282.
284.
284 is what we're supposed to be at.
Yes.
I mean, we did have bonus episodes. We banged out. There was days that we did like at least 3 episodes. Like a week.
But we didn't do that a lot.
No, we didn't. But if we did,
we'd not have this issue. But
that's not that bad.
I mean, we're 229. So
we're about like 6. That's a year off.
Yeah.
That's a year plus some change off.
Because of the 6 months and then plus our little fuck ups over the time. That's where that makes sense. But like I said, shout out to Jason, first class, second place podcast.
Yes, sir.
All right. He was like, you know what? Like, he's been grinding out here. So I was like, you know what? Fuck, I'm gonna grind too, man. And now that like the world is like back in order, I'm gonna be out in the city more. I'm gonna do those, like, do all the New York City interviews, bro. Because there are many people out in like the city that like we both know and shit. I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna start going out there like once a week. So I'm gonna try to do the Jersey one with you here. Oh, we got Tay in the building. Shit, I was even thinking about pulling up on Tay or even having Tay do his own down there. Like,
right.
We getting this thing going. Yeah. Tay was
guns
like,
are out.
Yeah,
sun's out, guns out.
Exactly. Tay was like, yo,
that's funny.
The guns are going.
I'm about to put my headphones in.
Oh, okay. Yo, red hat Tay. Red hat Tay is in the building.
What's going on, boss?
What's up, bro? How are you?
Can't complain, man. Just got back from the gym.
Okay. That's the new station? That's the new podcast station? I like it.
Yeah, this is a new station right here.
The bedroom?
I don't know what it is, but it looks fly.
The bedroom? Yeah.
That fits it well. It's like 50 Shades of Tay. That might be a whole segment. Yeah. It might be Tay Samuels out here.
Yo, rest in peace, man.
Pick up where my man left off.
Oh yeah, man. Yo, man. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, in peace. That was
I
my
guess we'll start off with the bad news, man. I actually not.
I'm the one that brought it up.
You've been the runner-up. He's been the runner-up, man.
Me? I haven't said nothing preposterous in a very long time. I haven't said nothing. I haven't.
Should I pull the clips?
You can pull the clips.
Should I?
Nah, if this was like Zain like a while
This
back.
This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, now it's being recorded.
I fucked up.
But if this was being recorded like maybe like a year or two ago, I would have let the clip out. Actually, more than that. I'm gonna say year two.
Yeah, this guy.
I would have been letting.
He's afraid of getting canceled now.
Nah, man, that's not being afraid of being canceled. You just gotta walk around lightly, which I know how to do. What do you mean? I've been saying all the right things. I know how to. But with you, oh man, you need a publicist, man. You specifically need a publicist. I'm helping you out. I'll be helping you out, man. Cause I'm like, yo, man, you can't be canceled before we started, man. Man, come on, man.
Hey, like I said last time, man, you can't get canceled unless you popping.
This is true, but you could get canceled till you ain't never.
But let's be real though. Even those things, like the things that we joke about and the things that we say, oh, you're gonna get canceled.
But it's how you finish off. Like, so how they've been making it work is they've been saying, they'll say their opinion and then they finish off saying, I don't know, which leaves it very open-ended.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is like, I'm not teetering left, I'm not teetering right. It's kind of like,
this is entertainment.
It's just bloop, bloop, bloop. That's it. But if it's like a definitive response, which you can't share that opinion, that's when it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Look, Randy, you can share your opinion. But notice how every interviewer and interviewee kind of go about it. Like the way they say certain things, it's never just like especially Charlemagne. If you paid attention,
yeah, but he's ass. No one fucks with Charlemagne like that.
But he's still relevant. I'm sorry, he's still
relevant.
But
not really.
He really is. He's relevant. He's not as relevant as Joe is, but he's still relevant
because he's cookie cutter.
Yeah, cookie cutter is the one that be
like
Ryan
shit.
Seacrest.
No, fuck that. Fuck
hosted American Idol and shit.
Nah, fuck that, bro.
Or Jamie Foxx, or who's the other dude, or Mario Lopez. Like those are the
corny.
Or Nick Cannon. Yo, we can keep going.
Nick Cannon is corny.
We can keep going.
You naming all the
but
corny
they still
guys.
relevant. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
it's still relevant. I'm just saying. You could cookie cut all you want. You know who wasn't cookie cutter? My nigga Kevin Samuels.
Not at all.
Not at all.
You see, he didn't give a fuck.
But he wasn't on a public platform.
He
was on his own platform.
Yeah, his
own platform that he was able to express himself. And I just recently what I saw in the room where I was just like, oh wow, like what he was explaining, like I didn't know he had cancer when he was younger in his 20s. I never knew
I didn't
that.
know that either.
Yeah, man, there was a video Matt had posted in the room, and it was just like he was saying like he looked at life differently. He beat it, but he looked at life differently. And he said, he was focusing on his morality. He was focusing on the things that were important and not the things that he couldn't control. He could control his actions, and then moving forward, that's the person you see today. You know what I'm saying? You treat life differently when you have a visible timeline on how long you have. Like it just that's you notice a lot of people when they beat it, they walk a little differently.
How did you?
You know what I'm saying? So how with knowing that and hearing how he speaks, he's like, listen, I'm literally imagine you let the sauce out of your fucking head with no filter. You essentially just want to change the world somehow. Yeah. Like I don't care what you say, but like whatever's in your head and you legit are pouring everything out. You just leaving that off just for someone to like take and make it into something.
However, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He gave us clay. You know what I'm saying? Like I was listening to the shit that he was saying because if you take offense to it, I feel like maybe not to say you're the problem, but I feel like if you got offended by it, it must affect you in some way. Because he was saying like, as a man, you can't be, you can't be broke looking for a wife. You got to fix that shit first before you could be looking for anybody and no girlfriend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get your shit together first. And then apparently people, you can't say that. Date all the broke men you want. I just felt like when he said that, there was like, I felt like how he went about it comes off as blunt. But the end result is like, you got to think, oh yeah, that goes for both. Like, have your shit together before you just go into anything.
Yeah.
Like that's what the message. If you get that, not just like he's gunning it. And then when he was mentioning to like things about women, it's just like, man, who else would have been qualified to say what he was gonna say?
He went off.
He does. He goes off, man. But like, who else is gonna say it?
Tay, what'd you think about him, man? Rest in peace to him, man.
Man, I used to listen to him a lot. Like I fuck with what he would say, just because he would say shit to. I liked it because he would say shit to men and females that like they didn't want to hear. At the end of the day, they really didn't want to hear it. But I mean, he didn't give a fuck. Like, I don't care if you don't want to hear it, but I'm gonna speak the truth. And like, I learned a lot from him myself, you know. And I remember a couple of times when I first heard about him, I was like, I don't know if I should listen to him, because people had like this negative opinion of him when he first like really started popping. And then, but after sitting and actually listening to him, you be like, oh, he's saying some real shit. He's saying some real shit. And I remember he was talking about what was it, males in their 20s, and he was saying like if he could go back in his 20s and how he would do his 20s over again. He was talking about how like he would have like his group of males that they did like this, like workout buddies or pool shooting buddies, or like, you know, work. They have like his work crew, then they have this like fun time crew. Then he was saying he would take like a mixed martial arts. He was like, depending on your personality, that should decide on where you live, whether you should live in like the city or if you should live outside of the city. Your personality also depends on like the way you would dress. He was talking about like it was like European, Italian style dress. I think he said his style was like European or whatever. And he was like, you know, your personality actually affects way more things than you would think. And it actually got me looking into it, because I was like, I'm the type of guy that's wearing sweats every damn day. So it's like, I started thinking to myself, like, damn, should I not be wearing sweats every day? Like, should I actually put on some clothes? But he was real deep, though. He was real deep. It caught me as a shock when I found out he passed, because me and my dad was actually talking about him the night before. And we was talking about how women with kids, the whole thing, how women with kids and late in their 30s, how he said they're like.
Hold on, what he say? What he say, Tay?
Yo, Tay, you ain't helping out my case.
Let's go, Tay. Bring it on. Bring it on. He ain't here no more. We got to do the job.
He said that. So we want all the smoke. We want all the smoke.
All of it.
Just let the clips out.
Yes.
Let the clip out.
Fuck. Hold on, before we get there, do y'all think he would have got popping if he was not that real?
No.
End the discussion. All right, continue, Tay.
He said that women.
Oh my God.
I'm trying for us all to get rich, right? I'll be canceled and rich. I'll take it.
Oh my God, man! I can't believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening to it.
So 30 years old
that got kids and not married are considered leftovers.
Wait, and they have kids? So 30 and they have kids?
Oh my God!
They're in their late 30s. 30. I would say mid.
It's like mid 30s.
Mid to late 30s. Have a kid or two, and not married. It's like you're like leftovers. Like your value goes down. And he was like, there's no reason a woman should not be able to get married in their 20s.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If you ain't married in your 30s, fam, like,
oh my God,
like, because it was a whole thing, because he was saying how women. Not all women are like this, but he was saying like how some women feel like, oh, I don't need a man. I can do this all by myself. Exactly. Blah, blah. He was like, you can't. He was like, the male job is to provide, protect, you know, take care of the household. And he was like, women think they need a man. But if you really think about a single woman, if you're not in like the top, what was it, like the top 10% of earnings, like that, if you're retired with $1 million in your bank account, you're gonna need a partner at the end of the day, because you're not gonna really be able to retire and live comfortably with the type of income that with the type of income that you would have coming in off of Social Security or retirement or whatever. So I mean, it's my man's he letting out a clip for real.
Nah, it definitely was like one of those like, damn, that was sharp, but it was much needed. Like, I don't know. I just feel like when you say stuff like that, man, and you have to do your research, man. But when you share that on so this is what was said, which is very interesting. They said that when it comes to criticizing men, there's no filter or repercussion, right? And everybody's remained silent on what we should do. If no one that's not a man should dictate what a man should do. That's one. And then the second thing was like, it's so complicated, man. Like, you really can't share opinion on women as a man, but it's all game, just everyone else when it comes to men. Yeah. So that's when it comes. So when he took that step and said, well, you know what? Fuck it. that's what he did. I'm gonna say my views as a black man on what things that women should be doing if they want to be married or have kids or just anything for that matter. And I feel like that message was really for the people who wanted to have a man in their life. Mm-hmm. But that was taken towards everybody, every woman.
Yeah, well, he was on both sides.
Right.
That was the interesting
part.
He was
actually gunning at men first.
Yeah.
And then he's all right, I got to spice this up. Let me start talking about what women should do. And guess what happened? Women will always make business moves, man. They the ones that make business move. Without them, man, there would be no reason for this.
Nothing for existence.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like with Dave Chappelle. Oh, we'll get into Dave Chappelle. It's like,
he's
man. Like, Dave was like, if it wasn't for women, he's like, men wouldn't have a house. Let's have a cardboard box.
And we'd be perfectly fine with that shit.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, that's the reason why. But Kevin was, he knew entertainment, and yeah, man, I'll just say though, it really makes you think of like life and stuff like that. It really definitely makes you think, because he was popping for 2 years. 2 years he was popping. So it was like he did all that. He had 2 years. He had his momentum, and then God said no. So it just makes you think.
I think he's been out way longer, but like he's done his due
no, but I mean
diligence.
popping. He was popping for 2 years.
He was out for a minute. Like, I know at least 3 years, but he really just got popping like last year.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah,
but that was when his stuff became more viral. And like, oh, look at this man in a suit talking about what was. Not anything else. Mind you, everybody was quiet when he was bashing men.
Yeah.
No one came to the defense for men. But the moment he started talking about women, that's it. You popping. Yeah. You popping.
But what's crazy though is that, like, it's kind of how we even got into the topic, was that like, in this world, you'll get rumored of being canceled, but you're only gonna get canceled unless you do some really dirty shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be real. Like, they talk about canceling these people all the fucking time. You know how many times they just talked about canceling Will Smith. They talk about canceling Chris Rock. They talk about canceling Kevin Samuels. They talk about canceling Joe Budden. They talk about...
Yeah, but who's this canceling fucking judge?
That's what I'm saying. The only time it actually happens is when it's like fucking some real, like, R. Kelly. Like...
Oh, that man was beyond cancel.
You know what I'm saying? But
the word cancel doesn't even apply to people like that.
Yeah.
You're just done.
Yeah,
that's it.
Cosby, you know what I mean? Like, when those are the people that actually really get canceled. So this whole like, honestly,
they throw that word around like water.
You know what? The Kevin Samuels, you know what happens with them? They just go trending for 3 days.
Right.
Doja Cat. What happened with Doja Cat? I don't even remember.
Oh, Doja Cat. Anything that happens with women will go under the...
She cooked the cat or some shit, and then like...
Oh, that was SZA.
Oh. You sure?
No, it wasn't Doja.
I don't know. I know.
No, it was actually someone else. I forgot who it was. I want to say it was SZA.
But it's like, they don't really get canceled. They'll talk about you for a couple days, but then...
But when's the last... Can you name me the most recent woman that was canceled?
Yeah, I don't know.
Women don't get canceled. Women don't get canceled.
Wait. The mic.
Amber Heard is on her way there.
Oh, Amber
Yeah.
Heard. Amber Heard is probably gonna be one.
She's gonna be
That's Johnny Depp.
One of the first.
She's gonna be one of the first main females that's getting canceled. They already want to take her off the Aquaman cast.
And they've been raising petition for that for a while now.
You know what though?
That's one.
Even her though, I feel like a lot of it's just memes and shit. I feel like as bad as it is, not many people are like they're taking it seriously, but I think it's
They were
But
memeing.
the memes are so funny because that's the underlying sentiment. Like that's how people feel about it. So like that's like the first domino in her getting canceled. You know, like if it happens, it's gonna be because of the way people as it progresses.
Right.
You know, as the more shit starts coming out.
Oh, Roseanne was canceled, but she was actually fired. So it wasn't like a canceling situation. Like they just got rid of her.
Well,
from
speaking
the
of
show.
superhero movies, what about that dude that plays the Flash?
Oh, Ezra, he was out here beating on a woman or something. Just one woman in particular. That was like one incident. But he literally got in trouble. And then the Warner Brothers had a meeting with him. Literally a week or a few days after that, he fucking gets in trouble again. Like, my dude just wants to get, like, I don't know what, he's trying to get out of his plan. He doesn't believe in Warner Brothers anymore. I don't know what it is, but you hear about him. But when it comes to anyone else, like, I'm telling you, women, they don't get canceled. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Who was canceled first, Roseanne or Ellen?
Ellen got I don't know how Ellen got canceled.
She's still not canceled, bro.
She's like in limbo, and then
she's in limbo. She's still
and
not
then
canceled,
Amber,
but I know what you mean.
Amber would probably lose work for a while. She's coming back. Like it doesn't matter. Yeah. This whole court case thing, they literally Disney canceled Johnny, and they didn't even know what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now they want him. They like, oh, can you come back? It's just a whole thing, man. So in terms of saying what you want, you still gotta be careful. That's just the bottom line on like how you say it, and you gotta end on a note where it's like this is my true opinion. There's a difference between saying something and actually believing the thing that you're mentioning, like altogether.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I believe people who like mint chocolate chip are cool.
What about Chrissy Teigen? Wasn't she canceled or something? We're about to be.
Who?
I didn't hear anything about it. I know about the
something
cancel
about social
situation.
Media or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, see, here's the thing.
Nah,
you don't hear too much. That's what I'm saying.
It's only the serious shit. Let's just be real. Like, if you're getting canceled, it's some sexual, child bullshit,
or
rape,
assault,
or racist.
Yeah.
Or slapping someone on stage.
Even that, no, he's not canceled. He's not canceled.
We weren't gonna let that happen.
He's never.
We weren't gonna let that
Will
happen.
Smith is never gonna be canceled. I feel like he could even I feel like he could do a lot of shit.
Nah, he didn't. He doesn't own that. He doesn't own that. If it's one of those people that's trying like I could do whatever I want, usually they own that. Like Kevin Samuels. Like how many times they mention his name? Like what are they gonna do? Like he's gonna keep on posting his content.
And you know what the sad part is? A lot of these industries and these businesses actually like when that shit happens because guess what? Your name is searchable.
Right.
Like Joe talked about it on his podcast a couple months ago. He was like, when all that shit was going on, with all that Drake stuff and all this and all that and Amigos and everyone was laughing at him making memes, he was like, guess what? Company said, keep it coming.
That's it. You get the more searchable. I mean, how many people recently searched up Kevin Samuels? Like you might have heard the name, but like, what does he look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's just like you look up clips. It's endless.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But Tay, fucking this guy's causing trouble already too. He has a topic here that just sounds like trouble. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know exactly what it is.
It's chaos. But no,
Get it.
Yeah,
Let's
but
get it.
it just sounds like he's ready to get canceled. Finally,
no.
I've been waiting for this guy to come with some heat.
Oh man, no!
Yeah.
This is gonna be some fire.
So pampering, I didn't even know because
I made it up.
We had the group chat, right? And I'm not gonna lie, there'd be a lot of memes in this group chat, and I'm just like, I'm good. But like every 14 memes, there's like one really good post, like one meaningful post, and it was like a topic in between the 14 memes,
right?
And it was like pampering insecurities, next pod topic, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I had to drop that in there before I forgot.
All right, so what's up? Talk to me. What is pampering insecurities? Take it away, Zain.
All right, so check this out. We've all been through it. It's really easy to. I'll set the framework and then I'll build upon it. So if you're going out with somebody and it doesn't matter whether it's guy, girl, whatever, but they don't like who you hang out with, right? So over time, you know, based on how they are and very insecure about they not trusting you, or they're bringing baggage and then they're putting that on you. Now you have to pamper the insecurity about maybe going out less, or maybe now you have to think about the existing friends that you've always been hanging out with. Now you have to think, I can't hang out with them no more because of they just feel a certain type of way. So now over time, you're just pampering their insecurity by giving them what they want, opposed to saying like, listen, that's not how I roll. Please respect that, and blah, 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 and cutting it simple. We fucking feed into it, and we start pampering their insecurity. This goes across the board with everything, like with your friends and just everything. That's it. Like, and so I feel like it hasn't been addressed because we ease on into people's insecurities. Like, we could literally say like, listen, man, your insecurities is actually toxic. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because they call it insecurity, we never say, listen, your insecurity is actually toxic. I don't know. And that is when the post becomes fucking viral.
Right
at
there.
That very
at
moment.
At that moment.
At that very moment.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't see that coming. I thought that was something completely different. I thought you were talking about pampering women.
Well, it's funny that you think of women and then you associate that with insecurity, but that's
because I love to pamper my women, and I thought we were gonna have a debate.
No.
I thought we were gonna have a debate.
You can pamper, but you can't pamper the insecurity.
Now that is a different story. Now that
changes. I mean, that's any issue that may arise, or maybe it's like a friend, like you have a female friend, a woman friend, and she's really nice and whatnot. She's been your friend for a while, and then it's very 100% platonic, right? And then your girlfriend. I mean, just like any guy, if he sees another guy like that, insecurity, it's screaming in your ego. It's like, hey, apply pressure. Don't let them do it too often. It's like, no, everything is fine. Keep applying pressure. So then they start pressing you, and then they might not say it verbally, but they might physically show insecurity, right? So then you notice that you record it, and you're like, how can I make this situation a little more comfortable? Maybe if I spend less time with my friend who happens to be attractive, because us guys can control how attractive our friends are.
have you ever had that happen to you?
Yeah, and guess what? I keep on moving. I'm a photographer, man. The moment, like, who I hang around with, I can't control how they look. Like, that's just it. So it's like, if I'm going to work and then you have this insecurity, then I can't be with you, and I call it a day. I gotta, you're not making me money. They're making me money. I'm just saying. Like, I gotta pay bills. You're not paying my bills. I'm responsible for paying my bills. So if that's what's paying my bills and you can't respect that and you want me to stop doing that, you better be replacing it. If you're not replacing it, then you're gonna have to kindly be quiet and let me do my work. And I just turn into Kevin Samuels, and then that's it.
Nah, let's go. Gunshots off. So for me, I think I'm just gonna say, if we were dating between the years of 2012 and 2016, this is the moment where you pause the podcast and you just, just don't listen, because you know what, just don't listen. So for me, I had an ex do all of that shit, but I don't know if it was from insecurities. I'm not gonna say that. But I am going to say it was always like, oh, like, don't hang out with your friends as much. Don't go to the gym as much. This and this and this and that. And I was like, I want you to spend time with me. I want more. And I'm like, at that time, like, yo.
That doesn't sound like pampering her insecurity. If you oblige, if you actually.
No, I did. And I did. I definitely fell back with some of my friendships at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like. But for me, it was also like, at the same time, I do understand a certain balance to that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if I'm chilling with you every single day,
right,
and then I get a girlfriend,
I'll see you less.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's just like a given to a point.
Right.
But like, it shouldn't be that dramatic of a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like for me, it was like, yo, I already kind of wasn't kicking it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that guy. Like, even though I was definitely not doing all like the entrepreneur work I do now, but I was just working a regular job. I see a friend maybe once, twice a week. That was it. That's a lot.
That was your average.
Yeah.
And you had to see less of that.
Yes.
Oh man, that's terrible.
And I'd go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week, and man, that was too much.
Wow. See, that's where I draw the line. Like when you think about it, like especially being a victim to it, you're like, nah, I'm just going to the gym because your health and then how you make your money. That's it. That's important.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna not so you're trying to convince me I should not be physically at my peak at any age because of I need to spend more time with you to fill in this void of you not being alone for X amount of time. How does that work? I don't understand. Please explain it to me. And then we begin to just kind of just snuggle them in with their insecurity. That's going to be the picture, man. It got to be like a picture of a baby, but the face of the baby is insecurity, and it's just like someone just tucking them in.
I don't know.
That's what.
I don't know, yo, like, cause that is some real shit. Like I said, I can't speak. I'm not gonna speak on that and say if it was their insecurities or not, or if it was really just like, you know, I'm such a cool dude that you just really wanted to kick it with me all the time, and you know, you just wanted that attention from Joe. I don't know.
Jason, have you been a victim of pampering someone's insecurity?
I don't think so. No.
No. So you haven't felt like you had to do less, or you just kept on going through it regardless of them applying pressure and be like, hey, you should, you know, maybe do less. I mean, they don't say it like that, but
Not off the top of my head, no.
No. How about you, Javier?
He's in a relationship, right? You can't really talk too much about it.
Wait, what? You just explain.
He can't talk too much. I'm just
I'll say no. Believe me, I would say it. I would say it. I just can't think off the top of my head right now. What
about you, Javi? We don't be quiet. We're looking down at the fucking phone. We're watching you. Has ever happened to you? And this could even be with friendships too, because don't get me wrong, this doesn't just have to be romantically. This could be a friend.
Right.
This could be like, yo, we're friends now. You can't hang out with no other friends.
That happened to me and Letty.
Yeah,
I was
know.
hanging out with it too.
He's probably hanging out with Joe, and he was just like, yo.
Oh, man, you hang out with Joe too much.
Yeah, you hang out with Joe too much, man. Too much shit, man. It's not that podcast. Have you ever happened to you?
I don't think so. Definitely not with friends, but maybe like an old ex-girlfriend. Like she had a lot of insecurities about like where I'd go and who I'd be with, and I kind of like stopped hanging out with a bunch of friends and stopped going like my usual routine and shit just to make her happy. But I realized like it just escalates. Like the more that you give her or that person like what they want, the more they ask of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what? Like it got to the point where it was like send me your location type shit. You feel me? So it was like, whoa, I'm a grown ass man. You feel me? Like I'm not about to just let you know where I am all hours of the day. Like you feel me?
We're not married.
That's a deal.
We're not married.
We're not married. They don't even do that. You know what I mean? So it's like, why would I do it now?
What do you say? How do you say no to that though?
I just say no.
I'm a straight up person.
How do you say no to the look? I'm just curious.
This is actually that's easy for me. I just say no, but it's just like
why?
Why? Because
because the person's gonna be like, oh, what do you have to hide?
Well, hold on. Before we get there, Tay, have you experienced this pampering insecurities?
Yeah, my past relationship, I did that shit for a couple years actually, and that shit wasn't no fun. Like it was one of them things like he was saying where, you know, you stop hanging out with certain friends and shit, and it got to the point where I wasn't even able to have like conversations with females at work type shit. Like that's how bad that shit got. And then, yeah, it was like, oh, you talk like I would talk to her and like, yeah, man, me and so and so had a conversation at work, and she'll like flip out and like, oh, you talking to this girl at work? I'm like, I mean, who the fuck else am I supposed to talk to? I mean, it's a coworker. Like,
she's a customer.
Like, so so that shit got like bad. And then once I started up the gym and shit, that's when I was like, nah, because I knew shit was going downhill. Definitely.
You knew it was going down. Like, yo, how am I supposed to train this girl? Like, you're saying squats is out of the fucking regimen completely? I can't even make her do squats?
Yeah, you gotta leave the gym and then do like a video call from outside the building.
To the point I was just like, you know what, fuck this. because it was like that. Like, oh, you training this chick? Oh, why are you training these girls? Oh, you
how did she meet you? How did she meet you? I don't understand. Like, how does that work? Like, that's like, you're a cop. You can't arrest people no more. You met me as a cop. What you mean? Like, you met me as a trainer. I train people. What do you mean?
She didn't meet me as a trainer. She met me like when I was like 18, and I was working retail at Target.
And then
so then I became Tay Gaiinz.
Nah, she saw the potential though. She saw the potential. She saw the Gaiinz was coming. She was able to tell, and she was just like, "Nah, man, he's mine."
No, she didn't want you on the market. That's what it was. She didn't want you on the market.
Fuck that shit, man. Because when they have their insecurities, they're like, "Nah."
I feel like it's only at its highest when y'all go out and you're at your peak. Like, they chose you because of the peak that they accepted, right?
Or they projected. No, they projected a peak.
They projected whatever peak, but you're at a peak. But then, which is crazy, they said, yo, he's so handsome, he's so good, or they're so good. I need to have them show they can't be on that market. Because you still like a Lambo. A Lambo's a Lambo. And then I don't want to be driving that all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'll only take that Lambo out when the time is needed. But not all the time. Only special occasions, but not all the time. And I feel like that's the same scenario. You know what I'm saying? You don't drive the Lambo all the time because you know it's wanted. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about where you put it. And I feel like they put you at a high pedestal regardless of whether you're a man or a woman. And then that's why they want you they show your appearance less, because there might be a chance that they might lose you to someone else that they might that might be better than them. Which there's always going to be someone better than you.
Always.
There's always gonna be someone better than you, but 100%. They don't believe that, so they like I'm removing all competition by having you show appearance less and have you talk out more to other people.
Yep, 1000%.
That's what I feel like it is, especially if you dating a 10. You know, where you at? Like that's when the memes, when the good P memes, where they just like, this is what good P does to you. Oh
yeah. Nah,
and then they'd be like, I was like, damn, them some toxic individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you have it like that, you shouldn't. That's not a trait that you should encourage. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're like at a 10 level out of 10, and then you shouldn't be treated super differently. How they respect you is how they respect you. That's it. Yeah. It shouldn't be like, I gotta have this person never show her face. Like, that's why they always I had exes that asked me, like, you care what kind of bikini that I wear? I was like, no. Yeah. Where is this gonna end if I say something? You better show out. Yeah. I'm with you. You better show out.
But it's like, at the end of the day, I never got that, especially like why like men were that way, because it's like, yo, you going home with me.
That's what I'm saying. What's the problem?
You fucking me. Like, I don't get it. Like, you can go on Instagram and see, like, you can't hide that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
right. But I couldn't wear gray sweats though.
You couldn't wear gray sweats.
No, that was like I don't know what the equivalent for them was, but it's like there's certain things like, listen, out of all the rules, you can't go outside with gray sweats. Why the fuck I can't go out with gray sweats? We all know why we can't go out with gray sweats.
Yeah, I've experienced that one, Zain.
Yeah.
She was like, no, you're banned.
Yeah, exactly. You can't, don't, especially in joggers, don't you dare. And that was it. And I learned my lesson.
Like, if you wear gray sweats, you got to have on compression shorts. So I'm like,
right. Wow. I was like, what? Yes. I was like, oh, that's blasphemy.
Crazy. But all right, y'all, we're going to have to take a quick commercial break. Then we get ready to wrap this episode up. I have to end the Zoom and save the Zoom. Tay, send you a new one. We'll be right back.
All right, bet.
Cool. All right, people, we back. We live. So I want to know, man, how do y'all tell shorty no? I actually had someone ask me for the location. It's kind of funny. I sent Javi to my location today, but that was just like a one-time thing. Yeah. That was actually funny because I was like meeting him somewhere early,
right?
And I was like, just sending the location. It's kind of funny that we're talking about this shit today. And like I send you every once in a while. I send like two people, you and Anthony. I be sending y'all my locations because it's like you never know.
The Lyft ones?
What's up?
The Lyft ones I'd be linked.
Oh, you always get them, right?
Yeah,
The Lyft ones.
I think I stopped it recently. I just like,
I've been using it a lot.
I know exactly what my man's
I don't
is.
care. You can know.
I just know exactly where
I'm
he
in the
at.
streets.
I
You know, that's never happened to me, and it could be for two reasons. One, they either trusted me, or two, they were probably doing something on the side as well.
So they didn't want to be asked.
I mean, you're not gonna ask if you think, but if you're playing the game, they make you think like you're the one that's up to no good. Meanwhile, they're the ones up to no good. It's a whole fucking flip the script fucking game that's played.
Have y'all ever had their location?
No, I never was so entwined to technology to even. Not that I couldn't. It's just that I felt like if I did go into that way, I feel like I would have broken the trust barrier. Because where do you go from there after you say like I've been tracking you? You know what I'm saying? Like where do you go from there?
No, but I mean, what if they know?
Even if they know, it just feels weird.
It does.
Doesn't feel.
It does.
It feels like a prison.
Tay, what about you?
That feels like a prison.
I feel like definitely.
Nah,
no.
surprisingly
You
no.
sure?
Surprisingly, no.
Yeah,
Like,
Leo. You sure?
That was. I'm positive. But I was, man. Even though, like, when I was with my with old girl, man, it was like she was just like real controlling. But she never asked for my location. Surprisingly, but that's because I didn't do shit.
She never asked.
Mm-hmm. She never
She probably
asked
just
for
threw
it.
that shit in the car.
If she would have asked for it, I probably would have been like, all right, back then, because I was young. But now I'll be like, no, for what? Like, what's the point?
I just feel like you're gonna be moving backwards in the relationship because it won't stop there. I feel like that's like a fucking it's like a shit test. It's like they do this all the time. Just you know what I'm saying? Because like, excuse me, am I your son?
Look,
am I your child? No? Okay, then I'm not giving you my information. I don't understand.
Let me just tell you. I worked in the wireless industry for a long time. Check your phone bills. That's all I'm saying. Just check your phone bills.
It's all there.
There is a lot of people. Yeah, I've had money thrown at me. Like thrown at me to try to like put locations on numbers. I'm telling you, yo, shit is real out here. So just so y'all know, just every once in a while, just check your phone bill. The additional services at the very bottom. You know what I'm saying? Because you just never know. No, I'm being dead ass because it's a thing and it happens kind of often. I actually did it with somebody willingly. One relationship, we both did it with each other. But I think they were really slick, and I think it was definitely their idea.
And that's where you fucked up.
I fucked up because I think they were slick because there was also a child involved. Now that you always want to do. Now that's where it gets complicated. You know why? It's because they have it. The child has it. And most of the time, if you're going to do one, the rest of the family is very easy to get involved in the app. Because your child should know where you are. And then we might as well.
And then it's like, I don't need to ask you anymore, so I'm just tracking you.
Like, I'm just being real. Like, that's when it comes into a very easy territory to have. And I had absolutely no issues with it. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, and this was definitely when I was younger, so this was like not anytime soon. This was like 10 years ago, I had like a little bit of insecurities, but not a lot. It will make you have insecurities. That's the kind of fucked up part about it. It's like psychological. It will make you start thinking shit that you weren't even thinking. Like, I wasn't even thinking about this shit, about this woman. But like, yo, when you ain't doing shit and you just like a person that just watches TV and bullshits, you'd be bored and you'd just be like, where's she at? She take a long time. I know it don't take that long in CVS.
And you're like, damn.
Like, it just starts happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's bad because you won't even have insecurities, but because you have access to it, you'll start like, it'll fucking drive you crazy. It'll start making you think things that aren't even really there.
I got a story for you. I had someone told me that they would avoid being tracked by finding their lost phone and leaving it at a location.
Yeah.
So say if it was like a Walmart, I found this phone and they leave it there. So they're technically at Walmart the entire time. They leave, do what they got to do, come back. Hey, that was actually my phone, this, that, and the third.
If you get to that point, should you even be in a relationship? Like,
that's what I'm saying. You start pampering the insecurity, and you get creative. Bro. You get creative. I'm like, what the hell? Just leave. I'm like, why are you telling me this? Just leave.
I'm too old for that shit anyway, bro.
Of course. Yeah, no, 1,000%.
Yeah, man. You're like, why are we playing these games, man? Just end it.
I think one time somebody asked me, where were you? And I was like, what grade are you in?
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie though, like
that's like when I get the how tall your questions. I feel like gunning it. I was like, nah.
When they say how tall are you?
When you there's a fucking heavy response to that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. If a female is asking you how tall are you, you are just talking to the wrong woman. I have not had that question. Like that just means like
time because you know they especially online they always be like,
nah, that was like when we were like 17. Like that shit is not,
bro. That shit is still relevant till today. Man.
You are in the wrong apps.
Nah, man, that's still
relevant. Nah, you are in the wrong
dating
apps
that give you preference of what your ideal height is.
Right.
Yeah. Now we just don't have to ask.
You don't have to include it though. You don't have to include it, but like if I don't include mine, so automatically they'll be asking like some of them, not all of them. It's not all of them. All right, I'm not saying it's all of them, but then the ones that care, I usually just dub. Like
if they ask, I want to see their photo.
Yo,
if they ask,
what's that movie where the dude had like every girl he was banging on the wall with the condom on the wall?
That is awesome.
What movie is this?
What movie is that?
I don't know.
I think I know it. Was it Josh Hartnett was in that movie?
No, it's the guy, the Al Saladin
That's 40 Days,
dude.
40 Nights.
The movie when he was like, I want my nuke to be pointy. And then he kicked him out, and then like every time he was like putting the oh my God, you guys know what movie this is.
I feel like I do, but
you guys know him. He's the dude, and then he got shot in the head, and he had the body double. It was the dude who played
not Adam Sandler.
Yeah, no, but he was in that movie with Adam Sandler.
He was in. Oh, that sounds like Deuce Bigelow. That's Rob Snyder.
Look it up. Someone look it up.
Movie, bro.
What does he say?
It's the dude where he was like, I want my nukes to be pointy. If it's not pointy at the top, you don't remember that movie?
Google the quote.
The Zohan?
No, the best. No.
That has to be the.
Is that the one where they got his double that looks exactly like him?
I'm trying to Google that and all that shit.
And then he was like, you're stupid like a monkey?
Bro, I'm trying to Google it, and the only thing that comes up is Putin in Russia.
Oh, God.
No, he was.
I don't know, man.
We now gotta be mad. I gotta figure
find it now.
Now we gotta
but hold on, Tay, how you saying no? If Shorty asks you today, yo, homie, I want location.
If Shorty asked me today?
Yeah, Tay.
That movie.
Nah, I mean,
that's just...
nah. It'll be kind of weird.
No, how are you replying?
I'll ask why.
Hold on, we're gonna call. We're gonna call. Yo. You're live on a podcast right now. Don't say anything to incriminate yourself.
Of course.
Val would definitely ask for location.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but nah, that's not my business. I don't care where my man is or who he is or what he's doing if I trust him and I live with him.
What if you don't live with him?
I don't care if I don't live with him. If I'm with him, I trust him. You feel me? I don't care about that. My man and I were like, really like, I had my ex in one of my shows that I performed in. He was like, oh, say hi. Because he's like, he knows that he's going to be with me later on at night. So, like, it's not an issue.
It should be.
Has anyone ever asked you for your location?
Absolutely. And I thought it was petty. And I absolutely said the same thing that I'm telling you guys. If you trust me, I don't understand why you're asking me for my location. Now, I'm going to give you my location if I'm in trouble. Like the day that I called you and it was 2:00 in the morning and a guy was following me, that's a no-brainer. But for anything other than that, like there should be no reason why we're sharing locations.
How do you say no? Like if someone asked you right now, like, you know, Val, or like I love it, or someone you're talking to out there in the world, I don't know who you're dealing with, or what's going on in these streets. You're in Brooklyn now. Who the fuck knows what's going on? If someone was like, yo, Val, well, you know, I think I should have that. How are you saying no?
I mean, I don't say no. I actually kind of meshed perfectly well with the New York culture. So I would be like, get the fuck out of here, man.
She's like, nah, fuck that.
No, I'm dead ass be like that. Like, I had to say no. Like, a guy literally did that to me the other day. Like, not on asking me my location, but just even on some mild, even more disrespectfulness, was like, oh, I could hang out with you, but I don't hang out with girls unless we fuck or we do this. And I'm like, so you're trying to tell me that I either have to fuck you or in order for us to hang out? That's whack.
I mean, that was direct though.
I get you, but it was just like, you should have just said that from the beginning. Instead of saying, oh, you know, I know that you don't have that many friends in New York and you want a friend. Yeah, I don't mind hanging out. But he was just on some, like, unless you trying to, like, work or unless you trying to, like, work that, you know, pussy, you know.
I mean.
I was like, what?
I'm not mad at him. At least he's being direct.
I thought that was a little OD, bro. I don't know. I never had a Jersey guy ever say that to me ever in my life.
Maybe they don't got the balls.
Yeah. You guys have more respect. You guys have boundaries. Y'all won't flat out be like.
That's right. We have more respect.
I mean, he probably said it with respect. Did he or no?
That's in New York we're talking about.
He didn't say it with respect.
He said it like a New York guy with Tim's.
A New York guy with Tim's. Oh God.
Oh man, that's a combo right there.
That's the combo.
Hey yo, ma.
New York dudes are different, bro.
So that's the combo.
Yeah, that's
so,
a Jersey man. I don't know how New York. They don't waste time. They don't waste time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I would just say no. I'd be like, no, you're not gonna get my location. What do you need it for? Are you trying to rape me or something?
Oh, now you just took it to a whole new level. Now you just made this podcast dark. Now it's like, okay, Val,
the podcast changes.
The podcast shifted.
It's a horror podcast.
A horror podcast.
I don't know how this happened.
Amber, real quick, right?
Oh,
to Amber.
I can't with you guys. All right, I'll let y'all have your session.
All right, bye.
I'll talk to you after. Bye.
Fucking Val.
Dude,
made this turn left real quick.
Real quick.
Fucking Leos, right, Tay? No.
My man has a vendetta against Leos.
I know, man.
What he says about Geminis. Exactly. I'm used to it.
What did we do to you, Joe? Damn.
Hey, y'all hurt me.
Nah, they definitely.
Nah, y'all fucking Geminis or something too, though. Don't get me started with y'all.
You can say what you want. We ready. We got a whole arsenal.
Don't get me started with y'all.
Listen, don't beat on a bee's nest now.
Hot and cold.
It's easy to have an arsenal when there's two of y'all.
Leos are humble. They say like, all right, we good.
It's easy to have an arsenal when there's two of y'all.
Huh?
It's easy to have an arsenal when there's two of y'all.
This is true. This is true. That's 2 against 1, Joe. Sometimes
head.
3 if you're lucky.
Wait, are you Gemini? But you're Taurus.
I'm Taurus.
You're Taurus, man.
But you're close.
My birthday was last week.
Yeah, but you're close. Because when does Gemini season start? Is it already now? Or
no, it's not correlated.
May 21st or something like that.
Hold on. That fucking reminds me. Today's Princess's birthday.
What?
Yes.
Why didn't we get a cake for her?
I wanted to get a cake. I want to get a cake.
Princess, where are you?
You need to make where the gunshots at, Joe? We need gunshots for your birthday.
Oh, it's Princess's birthday.
Good shit. Happy birthday,
That's the kind of party I don't want.
Right? Can't miss
You
a
don't want the
princess
party with gunshots?
Definitely not in the hood.
I'm not embarrassing you.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but yeah, man. Shout out to Princess, yo. 12 years old. 12 years old.
Oh, man.
Got her in 2014. So she just turned 4. I got her. Anyone that doesn't know, a little story about her but before we wrap up this pod, because I feel like if we just talk any longer about these like tracker and these locations, like my phone's going to start getting tracked. Imagine. You know, but yeah. Right. Exactly. It's just going to go left. And Val, like that was just a way to end that topic. But I got my mom like 2 days after my mom passed. Princess was actually a gift to Jaylene. And well, not really a gift. It was more just like they had to just get rid of the dogs. Like they had puppies and they just had to get rid of them. And Jaylene was at the right place at the right time. You know, she was at the right place at the right time that weekend because, you know, she had to stay there because me and my ex had to deal with the funeral with my mom and all that. And then when we picked Jay up to go back to where we were living, came with a dog. And we were like,
that was awesome.
Yep, and it was fucking the best blessing ever. And then yeah, you know, I kidnapped Princess after the breakup, and I said, "Nah, you're mine. You know, you get the kid, I get Princess."
That's it.
Nah, I'm joking. We did the shared custody thing for a while, but then you know, Princess is my baby. And shout out to my ex too. My ex is really really dope because she didn't have to like let me like, you know, have like Princess and shit. Like she was just like, you know, she knew I was going through a lot. She knew my mental health wasn't really, you know, always there, and I was going through things, and you know, going from having a family, having a kid, having someone to come home to, and then to going to nothing is tough. You know what I'm saying? So I will say, like, shout out to my ex for that, because that was a big reason. Is she was like, I know you, and I know you need a little friend. You need a little furry friend. So shout out to her. Yeah, shout out to her for that, because that was like the real, you know, true reason of like, okay, Joe, like you could really, you know, you could do your thing. So yeah, Princess has been by my side, my little best friend. She had her surgery in January. She had 10 masses removed. People helped out. People donated towards that and made that happen, because if not, that wouldn't have been possible. And yeah, we're here today. She's been having a good time. We've been back on our walks. We've been hanging out. She's due for a haircut any day now. And yeah, she's stealing Zain sandwiches.
She's stealing Joe's socks.
Oh yeah, she loves. Yeah, well that's just, she loves socks, man.
Yeah, she's a sock bandit.
Yeah, she's been like that forever. Yeah, that's just all she really fucks with is just socks.
Should get her like a bin of socks.
Nah, I would say like, you know, sometimes every once in a while I'm just gonna just throw like mad socks. Like sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'll just leave out socks just because I'm like, I know I'm gonna leave for a while. I'm like, here you go.
She's like this a fucking trap.
It's a trap. You leaving it out on purpose.
You leaving it. I don't even want it. Just because you gave it to me, it's not even fun anymore.
She does look at me like, sure. She's like, you sure?
I'm about to tear this shit up.
I leave the music on for her too. Yo, she probably knows more than a lot of y'all.
She probably knows all the fucking emotional oranges. The whole soundtrack.
She knows the whole thing, because that's what I be playing. I be jamming to. That's been my vibe lately. And I'll like put on podcasts. And yo, every once in a while, like she be catching it. Like she be listening to the Joe Budden podcast. I see time to time. So
that's why she out there. She like, why you playing that shit right now?
Yeah, 100%.
What do Ace be binge watching?
What you call it? The show? Like a show?
Yeah,
Ace, does Ace watch TV?
He listens to jazz. So every time he's in the room, no TV. I should start putting the TV on for him. But I play smooth jazz and just let him rock out. So I feel like ever since I've been doing that, he's been more calm.
Yeah, do that. And what, battery?
Yeah.
No, well, we're rapping right now anyway. You good?
I clicked it though.
What do you mean?
Like I clicked it so that if that happened, you don't lose your thing, right?
I don't fucking know.
Well, I clicked it before, so
it's off now.
It's off now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good. Fuck it. Just let it be. We're about to rap anyway. Versus you taking the camera off.
I felt like that was what was gonna happen, so I clicked it to save that 20 minutes.
See, you're a fucking beast. This guy's getting good. But now we better wrap anyway. No one say a fucking thing about Ozark. Tay, I don't want to hear it.
I didn't finish.
I'm still on season 1.
Oh,
I'm gonna finish it.
So don't you motherfuckers dare say anything.
Oh no, you better next week. You better close your ears, kid.
Oh man, I can't help you with that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Once I finish it, man, I don't know.
I need the day off next week.
Yeah,
where you at, Zain?
Huh?
If I don't catch up by
Where
then,
you
I
at?
need the day off.
On Ozark.
My cousin's death was the most recent episode.
Which one?
The one that you can't even know about and you can't know about.
No, I've seen.
I know.
You know, it's
I saw the first part of this last season.
I'm talking about the second part. I started the second part.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I only saw one episode in, so that's all I'm saying.
I'm 2.
All right,
2 episodes in on the second part.
I'm about to kill it this week.
Can I say my predictions since we didn't finish it yet?
Yeah.
Someone gets locked up.
I can see that.
I think either they all getting locked up, jail, all of them, and this is the only reason. So there was one. Actually, no. Let me shut up.
Oh, you can't say it because Jason is it.
Well, you better hurry the fuck up, kid. You better hurry up. You better watch that shit tonight. All 3 seasons, 4 seasons, binge it.
Should I go to the bathroom or something? Y'all talk.
No. Because I was gonna say something that. No, let me just shut up. Let me shut up. All right, people. Tay, what are you shouting out for this week? What do you got?
Shit. What did I shout out? I'm gonna shout out Stephen King, Finders Keepers. I think I talked about it last week.
Oh, you did.
But I don't think I shouted it out. Though. Did I?
No.
Fuck
I'm not sure.
You can do it again.
But yes, shout out to Stephen King, Finders Keepers. That's the book I'm still on. I'm about almost halfway through now. Good shit. Good shit.
Finders Keepers. Let's go. Zain, what about you?
I'm gonna be shouting out Doctor Strange 2. That movie was absolutely insane. And it was directed by Sam Raimi, the same person who brought you Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. And I know him also for his Evil Dead series as well. And he definitely, this is supposed to be Marvel's first horror movie. They did a great job with that. That's all I gotta say.
It was a horror?
It was considered this is their first horror Marvel movie because it had to be. But how they did it was absolutely insane. Like it was.
What was it rated?
It should have been rated R, but you didn't see the movie. But it should have been rated R. I'm gonna be honest with you. But it was PG-13. But it should have been rated R.
Should have been rated R
because of what they did in there. It was like, oh my god.
That's good. So they tested the waters.
They did.
There's like so little things in film that I've learned is like, yo, legitly like the measurements of blood will count, and like what part of the knife they show, like what part of like because I've done a lot of the research too, and they're like those littlest things, even like F-bombs, there's X amount of F-bombs you could say or something like that. You could say
like one in a PG-13 movie that's non-sexual.
Yeah, it's like so many little fucking things. And I think that's usually, they say sometimes they'll just make it how they want to make it, and then they'll degrade it in the editing.
Yeah.
So they'll make it however
they cut down.
Yeah, they'll make it exactly how the filmmakers want to create it, and then when they're trying to get their rating, whatever rating they try to get, then they'll just downgrade it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they probably maybe they did R, and then they downgraded.
I need an unrated version because the shit that they did in that movie was ridiculous.
Oh no, man. But shout out to that, and shout out to the Colombian Bakery, man, in Lodi. Me and Javi were just there. It was pretty dope. Good vibes, good spot. We're trying to get them some more business and stuff like that because it's a dope spot in Lodi, and in our community over here in New Jersey. Obviously, I know we have a lot of listeners from all over the fucking place, which is really dope. I've been checking the stats. I want to give a shout out to for everyone that listens in fucking Norway, and we still have a big community over there. Yeah, I gave a shout out to an artist there in like fucking my first like 4 months of doing the podcast, and then like I still have a community of people that listen like from Norway and shit. It's just really dope, and just places all over. So shout out to y'all. So every once in a while you're probably like, what is this Lodi? What are these little towns they're talking about? Yeah, it's here in New Jersey. So in New Jersey we got town Lodi where me and Zain are from, and there's a dope bakery, yo. So check it out, peep that. Really dope spot. I had some empanadas today. That was cool. I ordered a Snapple and they gave me an orange 8. I was like, I don't know about all that, but we'll have to talk to them about that. But other than that, think we good, man. Shout out, check out the YouTube. All right, YouTube is lit, so get over there because if you're listening to this, you could be watching this. All right, and if y'all watch my Instagram today, don't call me handsome if you're not gonna, if you're not gonna, just go watch the reel and you can figure out what was the rest of that. Do that. We got the GoFundMe for the Jersey Media Studio. All right, so you guys can hit that up. We're gonna do some really, really dope stuff. We're gonna create some fire stuff. This guy got the hardest part coming out. Do we have a date yet for that?
No official date until I actually drop the trailer. Most likely, I'll have a date for that. I'm gonna drop a teaser soon.
Okay, summer or fall? What do you think?
June. It's gonna be
trailer or project.
The project's dropping in June.
Okay.
I'm gonna be promoting all of this month. So it's gonna be a full month once I fine tune it. When I get home, I'm gonna fine tune it, and then that's it. Then I'm gonna start working on the teaser. But in June,
yeah, that's
the project's getting dropped.
Yeah, that shit was cool. And then we did that in the fall, right?
Yeah, that was like around the time we started, like September, October. And then, I mean, it was under a year. It's just that it was just me the whole time doing the production, like the pre-production aspect. So that's why it took some time. And then I was working too. So it was just like the hustle and bustle.
100%. That shit was lit. So other than that, Tay, you got anything else?
Nah, that's it, boss.
Yo, be safe, man.
Will do.
All right. And everyone, we out of here. Be safe. Check on your strong friend, all right, people? All right.
Peace.
Peace.
That was lit.